Hi, welcome back to another video. Wow! This is going to be another book haul. Surprise, surprise. I might be sounding a bit ill because I've got a cold again. Yay! But I just wanted to show you my book haul that I got from Thrifting. I'll probably put, I don't know where in the video, but like the video of me thrifting, which is really just me for like an hour just looking around books, not being in focus and not actually being in the screen at all, really. I hope you find that entertaining. First off, big bag of books. This whole Sainsbury's bag, full of books. I don't really know how to show you, but books. Cool. A lot of books. I went thrifting with the sole purpose of getting more clothes. I didn't buy any clothes. I only bought books, which shouldn't really be a surprise, but here I am. I went to 3 charity shops. First shop I bought 2 books, in the second one I bought, I think it was 25, and then in the third shop I think I bought 2. I think. I'm not quite sure, but around about it's there. Because I thrifted, I think it was last week, and I just haven't been able to make a book haul video until now.
Spending £4 on an oversized men's fleece. Again, too much. Nah.
Let's get into it. Okay, the first book collection I was able to complete like through the 3 stores. And it's the Twilight series. I was able to buy all 4 books at once and like, damn. I have not read these before. I have watched the movies quite a lot. Twilight is like my secret guilty pleasure. Like, I know the movies are kind of shitty, but like Jasper and Carlisle. I've never read the books, and considering people call them like the worst books ever, like there's no worse books than Twilight, I want to read them. I want to see if they're really that bad, because you know what? I don't want to like shit on a book that I haven't read. I don't like going on the, what's it called, the train? I don't know what it's called, but yeah, I'm gonna read these and just see how it is. But I'm actually really happy because I was going to buy these, and then obviously I bought them through Thrifting, and I was like, yes, thank you. My next one is 1,000 Splendid Suns by Khalid Hosseini. At school right now we are reading The Kite Runner. That is our like topic book that we're going to be writing some of our coursework on. And like, I'm really enjoying The Kite Runner, and I know 1,000 Splendid Suns is supposed to be just as good. So I decided to read it, and I think it's good to kind of like, you know, read around a book, like the author's other works. Although I did want to buy The Kite Runner because in school we get the library books but we're not allowed to write in them, and so I do need The Kite Runner. But I can do this. I don't really know what it's about. So it's about like child marriage and the Taliban, which the Taliban is also in The Kite Runner. So it's kind of got like that same sense, I guess. But this one's now a female main character, which will be interesting. But yeah. I also like the book cover. I say that every single time, but I do like the book cover. It's like yellow. It's like, it has a colour theme, and I appreciate it. The next one is The Winter Ghosts by Kate Mosse. I think it's Labyrinth by Kate Mosse, I think. Yeah, I haven't read it yet. It's on my TBR, waiting up there on my shelf. But I have heard really good things about Kate Mosse. Like, my grandma's read her and said she's really good. And like, this book is like not brand new, but it's like very well kept, while some of these books aren't so much. But like, you should expect that when you go to a thrifting store. Like, books can be literally still in the packaging, and some books might just be like a bit worn out, but like, who cares, like, they're still books. But yeah, I think it's about like the Great War, and it's like I think it's got a bit of mystery. Yeah, it does. And like the book cover, like, a little snowflake, and it like shines in like the light, which I really appreciate. And yeah, look, oh my god, look at the colour in the front. But yeah, it's pretty beautiful, and like, although there's like creases on the spine, like, everything else like feels new. But I'm a person that really doesn't care whether a book is secondhand or not. Like, I think it gives it more character if it's not new, if you know what I mean. Like, I think you get this feeling of when you're like reading a book that someone else has read, and I can't really describe it, but like, I like it.
It's like, why do I spend less money on clothes that you do on books? Like, fine. And you'll probably spend more than £12 on books.
The next book is The Travelling Hornplayer by Barbara Trapido. Trapido? Yeah. This book is very bright, and that's why I bought it. I've never seen a book cover like this before, where it's like just so bright and almost like, what's it called? It's like an art form, I can't remember what it's called, but like squares. It's like got a stained glass window, and then The Travelling Hornplayer, and then it's got like I think it's a horn. I don't know music instruments. There's a violin. No, actually it's a cello. And I might buy some of her like other books, because her other books kind of have the same style. And I really like that when an author does that, when like they have a theme for all their books, even if they're not like sequels. I don't know if these are sequels. They might be, I'm not quite sure. It's like a comedy, maybe, but like, someone dies, they come back as a ghost, and they're like chill with their family, is what I'm getting from it. Which, you know, there needs to be more of. Like, I'm quite like interested about the afterlife. I think this is like a cool take on it. Also the colour on the spine, oh my god, it's like my favourite shade of blue. The next one is Ingenious Pain by Andrew Miller, and like, again, really like beautiful like book cover right here. I think it's like a bird cage with a little bird in it, and it's got like gold. Oh, it's so cool. Like, I love books that have like, you know, when you can tell they're old because they're like brown. Like, that sounds like so gross, but like, they just look better when they're like brown and like, ooh, it's got a little something in it. That's so cool. It's got like a boarding pass ticket in it, and it's in like Arabic, Swiss Air. So someone must have used this as like a bookmark. God knows how old this is. It doesn't, 11th of July, but it doesn't say the year. That's so cool. Anyway, I was immediately attracted by like the white background and then just the bird cage. Like, it really drew me in. And I think that's what a book cover should do.
Yeah. Right. More books.
Another great book that is pretty much brand new. It's called Westmorland Alone by Ian Sansom. Look at that book cover, like, oh my god. Like the border and like the painting. Damn. So it's a mystery set in England with like a family, and it's just like, it's literally brand new. Like, there's not even any creases on the spine. I think it's like a book where people just like, they have it and they just give it to the charity shop because like they're not going to read it. But I will, hopefully. But yeah, I keep saying excited. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I can't wait.
I mean, you could have worse, what's it called? Fashion? Yeah. Trends. Addictions. Yeah, kind of a book addiction.
Oh,
That would be pretty bad.
no need to call me that. We've got a little book, a little baby book. It's called Kim by Rudyard Kipling. It's a Colin classic. Set against the backdrop of Britain and Russia's political struggle in Central Asia. Sort of soldiers and friendship and politics, like classic. From the book cover, I'm guessing it's like, yeah, it's got like some, yeah, it is. And it's got like, some of it's based in India as well, so India, Russia and England. Obviously Rudyard, I'm probably pronouncing it so wrong, but Rudyard Kipling is obviously a very famous and well-known author. So, and I've never actually read any of his works, or at least I don't remember. So I am interested to see if he's really as good as people say. The next one is One Blood by G.W. Kent. Move over Botswana, the Solomon Islands is a place to be. It still has its little like price sticker on, but I will get that off soon. Murder in Paradise, so I'm guessing it's like a mystery on an island and there's murder. Ooh. I love the orange, like, can you see that? Especially when it's like about, it's probably like an island that's probably like very exotic, and even like on the drawing of the island there's like schools and crosses and church, and I think there's a nuns and like a dead body. So again, oh, it's even at the front cover, I don't know why I'm looking at the back. Which like, you can guess what's happening, like there's religion involved, there's a murder. This is The Burning Chambers by Kate Mosse. I have heard of this book, another Kate Mosse book that I have not read. Another like brand new book. Like this book is very thick and doesn't have like the, you know, like some books have like a dent here so you don't like crease the spine or the front cover. This doesn't have that, and there's no creases, so this is brand new, like nobody has read this yet. Mystery and adventure and love. And like I have heard of this, I've heard it's really good, and so I am very excited. And it's a #1 bestseller, but like not most books, let's be honest. The next one is The 1,000-Year-Old Boy by Ross Welford. Living forever, it's not all it's cracked up to be. Basically, I'm pretty sure it's about like a boy called Alfie that's lived for 1,000 years, and like he's realised that something's going to happen like to the world. And I think like this book is like directed towards 13-year-olds, I would say, which is fine. I can read a book like that. But yeah, I was in like the blue. I just love books when they have a colour theme, and this definitely has a colour theme and it's blue. But yeah, it's also like The 1,000-Year-Old Boy. It sounds really interesting, especially if it's like a directed towards 13-year-olds. You don't really get original content for like young teens these days, I would say. Like they kind of usually all the same. But yeah, this seems really cool. By the seat of my pants, legend. Need to. 17? Is it 17 that you've got so far? No idea. 3, 5.
Oh, I thought they were the ones that you'd already
12,
bought.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
You need 3 more.
Yeah. The next one I have heard everyone talking about, and when I saw it I was like, holy moly, I can finally read it. And it's called A Man Called Ove by Frederick Backman. Basically all I know about it is about a grumpy man, and he's just chilling, really. That's all I know about it. But everyone, and I mean everyone, seems to absolutely love this book. so I hope I do as well. And although it doesn't seem like that interesting, like, oh yeah, an old man being grumpy, like what's new? But there must be something really good about it if literally everyone is saying it's amazing. So, and also the book cover is like really like calm and subtle, so like I'm interested, I'm intrigued. These are all going on my desk as well. I need another shelf, you know, that's all around my room.
Yeah.
Need another one. There's actually a book I need called The Kite Runner. I can't remember what the author is. I think it's H, but I think they're in order anyway. So I need 3 more. The next one is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. About like in America, like a college, and they're in like a Greek class, and then there's like a secret, and then everything could like turn the table. Oh god, I don't know. I have heard of this book. It's a puffin classic, so it must be really good, and I am really excited. Oh, I'm pretty sure it has a phone number in it. There's a phone number on the front page. Like, should I call it? No. But yeah, really cool. The next one is The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. I read this when I was like 10, and I was quite scarred from it because I didn't actually know the ending of Anne Frank until I read it. I've never actually owned it. I got it out from the school library when I read it, and I just want to reread it as a 16-year-old that like is educated on like what happened in Germany in World War II and what happened to in the Holocaust and stuff. I want to see if like it impacts me more after I know everything, and like Anne Frank is like such a well-known girl because of this diary, and it really kind of like makes it more personal, I guess, when you know what's happened. And I don't know, I don't like it, but I think it's good to have reminders of what happened so we don't do it again, even though obviously stuff even today is still happening that's similar to the Holocaust. But yeah, I want to reread this and see if my feelings change.
It's got a nice book cover. That's literally how I get one. I know how I watch a video.
The next one is An Evil Cradling by Brian Keenan. No idea what this is about. Basically, about a person who was kidnapped for 4.5 years, and I think it's like what happens to a person when you're like in solitude for that long, like what happens to you mentally and emotionally. It's got like that brown aesthetic like to the paper, which I, like I said before, I really enjoy. And yeah, it's just the book cover, like just like a drawing of a guy just kind of like in that fetal position really intrigued me. And then the title, An Evil Cradling, I was like, I didn't even read the blurb, I was like, hell yeah. And after reading the blurb, I'm even more intrigued, especially when I watch a lot of true crime documentaries and there's, you know, a lot of kidnapping. And yeah, and after reading Room, which I had mixed feelings about, but overall I liked, this could be like more interesting because I'm guessing, I don't know, I don't want to imply anything, so I'll wait until I've read it. The next one is Joseph Andrews and Shamela by Henry Fielding. We all know Henry Fielding at this point, legend, basically. It's quite a big blurb. Basically, it's about robbery, poverty and sexuality. And about like 18th century life, like the cons and pros, I think. But this is very old, you can tell by like the marks, like it is orange, like the way I like it, but there's like brown like dots on it as well. So it must be really old, although it doesn't have like creases on the spine, so I'm unsure. I want to read more classics and like old literature, and like, this is old literature, so I'm excited to see whether I like this or not, because when I read Oliver Twist it was quite strange because I liked the comedy. Ow. Because in Oliver Twist I liked the comedy, but like overall I didn't really get into it as much, probably because of the difference in language.
When are you gonna have time to read all of these?
You'd be surprised.
Like, I'm literally not even joking. That is my book and I'm gonna read in the rest of my life. In the rest of my life I might read this size of book.
Just one.
Yeah.
Wait, how many did I say I had?
That would be an accomplishment for me.
I'll get 23.
I need 2 more.
This one is a small but thick book, Monsoon by Wilbur Smith. It's a pretty book really. Got little jewels and it's got like a little, I think it's a sword. So I might be wrong. I think Monsoon means like tsunami, I think, maybe. It's about anger and passion and peace and war, action, romance and adventure and family. Yeah, so cool. But it's like really thick. Thick books do intimidate me a lot, but this is like small, like in size, like, you know what I mean? Like small. So maybe it's not actually that long, it just looks thicker because it's small. But yeah, I'm excited. The last book of the second stack is A Wrinkle in Time, the Trilogy by Madeleine. It's a French surname, L'Engle? Maybe, I don't know. Quite a weird, like, shut up. It's a quite like weird chipped book. Like, I don't know what's happened to it, but it's like squishy. But obviously I am aware of the movie, I think, of A Wrinkle in Time. I didn't watch it. I know it had like Oprah in it, I think. It's like a trilogy of the first 3 books, which is why I bought it, because like I don't have to buy. Oh wait. There are 2 more books. There's 5 books altogether, but this is 3 of them, I'm pretty sure. And I just love a deal, like 3 books for the price of like 1. Like, that's amazing. But yeah, if you've watched A Wrinkle in Time, you'll know roundabout of what it's about. And although it's a children's book, like that doesn't really stop me. I will read anything. And yeah, it's like so cool. The book covers like all drawings, and it's a 50th anniversary. So whenever this came out, so it's more than 50 years old, the series. Yeah, it's for ages 10 to 14, so I was right, it is kind of like a children's book. But that does not intimidate me at all. I will read a children's book if I want.
You shouldn't be happy with yourself.
I've got carried away. Okay, whew! We've got on to my favourite book that I bought that day. Look at this book. Oh my god. Like, I was planning on buying like so many Jane Austen books. And so when I saw Sense and Sensibility for like 50p and there's this gorgeous hardback cover, I was like, fuck me up, yes please. It's so cute. And I'm pretty sure it's brand new because it doesn't look like it's been used at all. It's just so pretty, like, oh my god, look at it. Look how so pretty. So pretty. I'm so glad I bought it. Beautiful. The next one, I asked my friend Morgan to choose, and she chose Sleigh Ride by Dick Francis because it has the word dick in it. I mean, what better reason to buy a book? This seems really old, like really old. It looks like it's been dipped in tea, basically. It was bought for £1.50 and it doesn't have a blurb, so I'm quite intrigued actually. I have no idea what it's about. The book cover is strange. It's quite a short book as well, and I need to read more short books because all the books I read are like 400 pages. Next one is Atonement by McEwen. Just McEwen, not even McEwen. I don't know, I can't pronounce names. It's not like I'm guessing that's a surname. That's not like first name. I don't know why. Obviously the movie's out. I've never watched the movie. But like I heard of Atonement, so I bought it. I think it's about some girl like committing a crime and like her feeling, well, she's trying to atone for it. That's why it's called Atonement. It's about like a family as well. I know very little about this book, but I do know it's a very popular book, so I have high hopes for it. First one, get in.
Someone's like really getting with all their cotton traders fleeces.
The next book is probably the most worn out, like worst kept book. It is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. It still has like the buy one half get one half price Waterstone sticker on it. I got it with Sense and Sensibility on the third shop. That was only 2 books I bought from there. And yeah, I bought it because everyone on BookTube keeps going on about The Night Circus. I want to see what it's about, even if it's like so worn down. I'm gonna read it. It's pretty thick. How many pages is it? 500. About a circus that comes at night. Basically what I'm getting from it, and everyone loves it. So I'm gonna read it, and I hope it's good. The next one is Catching Fireflies by Tony Rocca. Big blurb. I think it's about going on holiday and like, ooh, what's happening kind of thing. Capturing the dream of a Tuscan vineyard. That gives me nothing really. But I was attracted by like, I don't know if it's a photo, like a really old photo or a drawing. I actually have no idea whether that's a photo or a drawing. But it's just like bright and colourful, and like the way it's kind of set out, so you can see like in the foreground there's a table with food, and in the background is kind of like a door, and then it opens to like the outside. I think that's really like laid out really well. But the book is the same. The next one is Dr. Zhivago by Boris Pasternak. I'm pretty sure it is like an old book. Yeah, it is an old book. Again, I want to read more old books, like classic books. Although I've never heard of this, I'm pretty sure it's quite popular and quite known. I'm pretty sure it's like one of the classics. And yeah, here's the book guy, the author, and here's the thing. So basically, when I was in the store, whenever I saw a book that had like an old painting, I was like, aha, I'm gonna read that because I need to expand my variety and stop reading only young adult. Another old book is The Daughter of Fortune by Isabel Allende. It's about love and like fortune, hence the title. But I was intrigued by like the red and just a woman, and I was like, yes, we love female characters in old books. And again, quite like browny, like in the front. But yeah, it's a pretty like nice length book, and you know, I want to read it. I want to see what happens.
Is it?
Yes, Thank you.
Next one is On Beauty by Zadie Smith. It is a puffin classic. Why do we fall in love with the people we do? Why do we visit our mistakes on our children? What makes life truly beautiful? It's about families and affairs and morals and love and personal and political confusions, and just family in general. And I have heard of this like once before, and they said it was really good. And like the book cover of like flowers it just seems really like cultural, and it has like quite a few awards as well. Last 3, let's go. This one still has a sticker on it, but I'll get it off it in a minute. This one is Little Gods by Anna Richards. Okay. I'm pretty sure the front cover is the girl from like the Feminist poster in like World War II where it's like, we can do it. You know what I mean? With, like the bandana in her hair. She's like wearing like dungarees and she's like, we can do it. Anyway, she looks like her. It's about an adventure, maybe a fairy tale of like black comedy and twisted romance. So it's about a woman that has like unusual size and strength. Does she look big? No. It's about war. So maybe it is. Maybe it is supposed to look like the woman from We Can Do It poster. Because, you know, war, strength, because she had muscles in the poster, I remember. You can tell I'm fucking bi. Like, oh, that girl had muscles. Like, Elia, shut the fuck up. But yeah, it seems like very feminist. Blade Runner by Philip K. Dick. Wow. I haven't watched the Blade Runner. I haven't watched Blade Runner, is it 2021? Not quite sure. I don't know whether this came before or after. Oh, I'm wrong. The book is called Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? The movie is Blade Runner. So the book was before the film. I think. I have heard this saying, do androids dream of electric sheep? I have no idea why. Maybe it was like from comedy and it's just gone right over my head. I don't want to read the blurb. I feel like everyone that's watching this has watched Blade Runner. I obviously haven't. I know it's about robots and sci-fi and I want to be blind going into this. But you know, it's quite a thin book. Which kind of scares me because I'm pretty sure Blade Runner is quite a long movie. But yeah, it's like a brand new book. So I might read this soon because I could probably read this in like 2 hours maybe. How many pages is it? Yeah, it's like 193. So I read like a page a minute, so maybe 3 hours. It depends. But yeah, intrigued. I'm gonna read this before I watch the movie somehow. The final one is Watermelon by Marian Keyes. It was just the green that intrigued me, and like watermelon. What about watermelon? I love watermelon. Watermelon, you know what I mean? Like, I love watermelon. I think it's like it's based on a mother, and she's got the perfect life. She has a baby, and then her husband leaves her for another woman. But yeah, it's about like this woman, this mother, of like how she raises this baby by herself when she planned to raise this baby with another man, the man she thought she was going to spend the rest of her life with, and how she deals with like the pain and sorrow, and like, you know, he didn't just leave, he left for another woman. Like, I'm guessing there's a lot more like self-reflection and being like, what's wrong with me? But yeah, disclaimer, if anyone leaves you out of the blue for another person, there's probably nothing wrong with you, it's probably all on them. But yeah, I have a mum, as we all do, and I do love my mum. I'm not a mother myself, but it would be nice kind of see a mother's perspective in a book. Whew! Okay, so that was all my books. Should I count them? I think there's around 30 books anyway. I think 3 books were 50p each, and the rest of them were 20p each. If you're American, that's like 15 cents. Yeah. Because I was watching like some other YouTubers. I can't remember what the YouTube username is Chuckold, and he like thrifts a lot, and like they're still really expensive. Like, their price of books in America, thrifting, is like the same price as new books here. Like, it's like $8 for a book, and I'm like, whoa, that $8 for a book thrifting, whilst here it's like £8 for a new book. Blows my mind. But yeah, I love living in England where you can get cheap books. The only thing I'm like jealous of American thrift stores is the clothes, because they seem to have way better clothes than us. But that might just be me living in a town and not a city. But yeah, I'm glad I emptied out the charity shops of their books. But you know, at the end of the day, also with our charity shops in the UK, all the money goes to charity. Wow, I brought 20 with me and only spent 8, and I And books are really heavy as well. I had to carry them home in this bag. Thank God the lady at the charity shop gave me a fucking Sainsbury's bag, or the normal plastic bags would have ripped. But yeah, big books, a lot of books. But yeah, that's basically it. Like, I hope you enjoyed. I think the next video might be a November wrap up or autumn wrap up. I'm not quite sure yet, because I didn't really read a lot of books this past months because of college. Also, I think just on BookTube, like, reading's really competitive right now. Like, people reading like 12 books a month and being like, look at me. Also, I'm like, I read like 4. Yeah, thanks for putting through with me with my cold. I know I probably sound horrendous. But yeah. Subscribe for more. Please subscribe. I want to get to 100 subscribers. I think I'm on like 63 right now. So share to your friends, share to your families, share everywhere, all over. Wow. Like, because then my YouTube videos get promoted more. When you subscribe, also put my notifications on, and so you get a notification when I post. That's really cool. You should do that. But yeah, comment which book you're most excited for me to read, or a book that you would like to read out of this haul. Because I'm actually really interested to see how many of you guys I actually read. Down below will be my Instagram, Twitter, Goodreads, all that good stuff. Follow me there as well. Also, if you want to support me financially, I have also my Ko-fi link below. You don't have to. It just helps me a lot because I'm unemployed and I don't have a job and I have no financial help. But obviously you don't have to if you don't want to. Your support, regardless of money, helps me a lot, so just wanted to say that. I don't have an intro, I don't have an outro, I don't have a midtro. But subscribe for more. I post like twice a week, it's really cool, so you should really subscribe. Bye! Ow.